Hey, rSpace fam. Today we've got a sad story about a guy who's been cheated on for quite a while. It's going to break my heart to read it, but here it goes. My ex-girlfriend was cheating on me with a colleague for about 3 years. She lied to me when she thought she got caught, but I was still oblivious. Eventually, I caught her, but she still tried to lie and deny cheating. Background. Had been with ex-girlfriend for 4 years. 2 years into relationship, I helped her get a job with one of the departments in the company I work with, as she hated her last job and it had unsociable hours. We are in different buildings. I wanted to move to her building, but my work was such that I had to stay at another location, for security reasons. I work in the legal sector. She likes her team. Everyone is her age, bar one guy who she said was same age as her father, so she claimed to have seen him as a father figure. We shall call him M. Ex-girlfriend and M strike a friendship, for which she gets the cold treatment from her team. She tells me about it and how she finds it disgusting that the team make up rumors and don't talk to her because she is friends with M. She sees M as the father figure. So I believe all she tells me. Every year on her birthday, we would celebrate together on the day by going away to another city in the UK. For the past year, I had been asking my girlfriend to go on holiday together, as we had been staying around the UK on various occasions and just wanted to go abroad with her. She says she doesn't want to go abroad with a male until after marriage. We were in the long run, marriage and all, so I thought. So I said, okay. I was planning to propose to her during Christmas that year. Come summertime, I am called away to a country in mainland Europe for business purposes. It's for 2 weeks, and my assistant books everything for me. I ask ex-girlfriend if she would like to join me, and she gives the same answer as before, and I try to explain how we go everywhere, and it is no different, but she says, what will she tell her family, and how will she show them photos of us? Her family didn't know she was dating. She claimed to be from a strict South Asian family, so I leave it at that. While I am there, I try to call her, but she doesn't answer. Then she messages me, saying she is with her friends, so I leave her to it. Then she calls me, but I hear a guy's voice, and she tells me it's the TV, and she needed time away from her family and booked a hotel for the night. She did get into fights with her sisters and mother a lot, but usually stayed in her room. I think nothing of it again, but her communication had dropped considerably on that night and a few days during the time I was away. I thought she was just busy, so I didn't think much of it. Then a few months later, it's her birthday, and she knows we spend it together. She tells me not to book anything for the day and do it beforehand, as she is planning to go to Bournemouth with her cousin, female, on her birthday. Her cousin is going through a rough time and needs a break, so that's why they are going. And she tells me she won't be taking many photos because her cousin doesn't like taking photos. Bear in mind, this girl took a photo at every opportunity. This was at the height of Snapchat. I believe her again. Some of you may be thinking, why didn't we celebrate after they came back? I was due to go away for work 2 days after her birthday for 4 weeks in the Middle East. From my last trip to now, she has been acting quite distant and claiming she was too tired from work and didn't like talking or texting as much and just wanted to sleep. She would refuse to meet for lunch, claiming she was down on her hours, and again I believed her. Now I decided to postpone the proposal to the summer, as she did enjoy the summer more than winter, and she liked the sea. Come Christmas, we had been planning to watch a film together. She claimed to have turned down certain colleagues because she wanted to watch it with me, so we agree a day in December. I went to watch a football game at the ground. I texted her on my way there and after the game, but did not get a response until I got home. 2-hour one-way trip, claiming she was busy with guests at home, etc. A few days later, I bump into a friend and he asked me what I thought of the film that day, the day I went to watch the football. I am puzzled and ask him to clarify. He tells me he saw my ex-girlfriend at the cinema with a bloke. He had his back and assumed it was me. By the way, this was the film we agreed to watch together. It had bad reviews, but one thing about ex-girlfriend is that she likes to watch the film regardless of the reviews. So I message her and ask her to watch the film the next day. Now comes the first sign that slowly opened my eyes. She says it's got bad reviews and doesn't want to watch it. Then I confront her about being seen, and she tells me she went with the whole team, but she was buying a drink and M was waiting with her. He must have seen M. As I believe she saw M as a father figure, I thought nothing of it. Then, fast forward a few more days, another guy bumps into me and asks how I found a particular Michelin star restaurant. I had never been to this place, so I tell him he had mistaken someone for me, and he said he was sure it was me. He saw my ex-girlfriend sat there with a guy. So this time, I confront her and she tells me she went with her friends, and one friend brought her husband with her. That's who he must have seen, as her friends were probably powdering their noses. I believe her again. I meet a guy who works at her office, and he knows we are dating. By the way, she hadn't told anyone in her office she is dating someone. Only a handful of people who I knew outside of work and worked with her knew. Tells me to be careful because my ex-girlfriend is spending a lot of time with M. They come to work together, they have lunch together, and leave work together. I tell him it's nothing, they're good friends, and she sees him as a father figure. For the next few months, she seems to be spending a lot of time at one of her friends' house, but I think nothing of it. Her communication drops, claiming she is just busy, etc. One day, we go out and take her car. I try to connect my phone and see M's phone name appear. I ask her, and she claims she only gave him a lift once and it automatically connected to her car. I believe her while trying to connect my phone. Now that I think back, I should have clocked on straight away it's not the truth. Fast forward to the summer, she tells me she's going away with her school friend for her birthday, but not on the day. Also, wants me, as last year, to do something a day before or after, but not on her birthday because she is spending it with family at home. So I go out of my way and book her things she has had on her bucket list. She also tells me she won't be taking photos on this trip because her friend is in a rough place and doesn't like photos. As she doesn't speak to me much, I don't get time to tell her of my upcoming trip. She had told me the dates of her initial trip, but had to cancel it because I quote, "too many people in the office knew she was going away." I didn't understand what she meant, but it all adds up in the end. She loses out on her initial flight and has to book again. She makes a rookie mistake when planning what she is doing on her birthday. She used a joint hotel booking account to book a hotel for 2 people in our city on her birthday and specifically request a double bed. By this time, I had become suspicious when I saw this because of what she said she would be doing. So I make a mental note of this and make a note of when it is no longer free to cancel. I was aware there is a mutual friend who was telling her of anything I did, if this mutual friend knew my ex-girlfriend was going to similar places as me, but not with me. So on the day, I made sure to put up a Snapchat story visible only to my ex-girlfriend and the mutual friend, stating I am going to the same place as the hotel she booked. I drive home after putting up this on Snapchat. Within 5 minutes, the hotel booking is canceled, and surprisingly, the only person that viewed my story was the mutual friend. The best thing was my girlfriend lost all her money for the booking as it was beyond the free cancellation period. Still didn't have enough concrete evidence to prove she was cheating, so I leave it at that, knowing I have hurt her financially as she did complain about not having enough money. I'm at the airport, walking in to check in, and who do I see checking in? My ex-girlfriend with M. She sees me, but I just make my way to check in. She tries to get to me, but can't, as it was business class only. Then, she tries to look for me at the terminal, but I am in the lounge looking at her running around. I sent her a message saying it's over. She tried to say M just hitched a ride and he is going on stag. Which person goes on a stag and doesn't even meet them at departures or in the terminal? Claims her friend will be flying from Manchester. What is the point of going on holiday with a friend if she's not flying with you? This is where it gets interesting. I check the hotel booking account and see a booking made under her name for a twin double room, but specifically requesting a double bed for 2 people. I could have canceled it, but I left her to it. After we come back, she begs to meet up, tries to explain she didn't go with him, and makes up more lies, but I pick out all the holes in her story. Then later, she tries to send screenshots of messages from her friend when they arrived at the holiday destination, but refused to show me the dates and timestamps. You can easily change the name of the contact. She got her sister to send the messages. Then claimed she accidentally deleted the messages and can't show the timestamp. It all made sense why she did not want to take photos. Then I meet friends who worked in the same office. They tell me this is the second time they were on leave for the same amount of days, and they both went to Bournemouth together. They always had lunch together. They were caught kissing, so had to be moved on to different floors. Yet she did not want me to come have lunch with her because 1, she did not have much time, and 2, she did not want anyone to know she was in a relationship. I later learned she used to go to his house a lot, so when I did some cross-referencing and realized those were the days she claimed to be at her school friend's house, female. Another thing post the Christmas movie fiasco, she bought an All Saints men's jacket, again from a mutual account, and I thought it was for me. We all know these jackets don't come cheap, but I never saw that jacket until I caught her at the airport with M. He was wearing it. What did I get that year? Nothing. She paid for everything. Food, holidays, trips around the UK, cinema. M was living the life. I did ask her if she was disgusted by herself claiming M was a father figure. She denied even saying that, but I can recall every time she said it, and so can a few other people. What hurt the most was she had been claiming to be loyal all those years and looking down on the guys and girls who cheated on their partners, but was doing the same thing herself. What she doesn't realize, this has affected me quite badly. I cannot trust anyone. I do not want a relationship again, and I feel I would be cheated on. I am slowly recovering, but it is difficult. After catching her, I got into a deep depression, almost lost touch with everyone. Sorry for the long post, but I tried to just include the main events. By the way, she was 28 and he was 52. I know they went back on holiday to the same place the following year. Before she got caught, she managed to get my help with another job application, as her relationship was known in the whole office, and she thought she should leave before I found out. I wish I did not help her the second time around. Hey OP, I'm sorry that you had to go through this. At least now you have learned what signs to look out for earlier on if this ever happens to you in the future. Her lies may have deceived and manipulated you, but after this, you're going to become a strong-headed guy once you get over this and having your life back in order. It's obvious in the relationship that you respected boundaries, and that can never be on you. I always feel this way with people who cheat, but she really deserves the worst to come. I hope you find happiness while she wallows in her betrayal.